It is your boy Niner Sickness. I got my boy Shifty there. And this is the new 49ers Weekly Recap Show. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live today. We did not announce this live. We just went live. So those that have me on the notification, you are being notified that me and my boy Shifty is going live. This is the 49ers Weekly Recap Show where we talk 49er football. What a game, Shifty. What a game that we just played against our opponent or rivals, man. I'm excited to talk 49er football. How are you doing today, my friend?
Man, I am good, feeling great. As you said, a great game over the LA Rams. A lot of news happening basically right now in the NFL with the trade deadline, but there's a lot of good things to talk about against the after that game against the LA Rams. So stoked on that.
Exactly. We got Tracy in the house. Welcome, Tracy, to the live. We got Alfonso coming in. Welcome. We got 49er fan 26 in the house, and we got about 10 to 15 people already watching. I'm excited. Say hello. Man, bro, what a game. Yes, a lot of people say that it's the Rams, and Jimmy G plays like the second coming of Joe Montana, especially against the Rams. But whenever you can beat your division rival the way we did, sweep them, you can never go wrong with that. And I'm excited about CMC. I'm excited what this means for our offense. I mean, we killed the Rams, and we didn't even have one of our best players. Debo was sitting outside looking good, but on the sideline. Imagine when we get Debo. Imagine going into this bye 4-4, Shifty, instead of 3-5. We got the win. Yes, we're a 500. We're getting healthier, my friend. Players are coming back. And like you mentioned earlier before we went live, you feel that this team can go on a run. Tell me a little bit more about that, my friend.
Man, yeah, there's so many players coming back healthy. When you look at Deebo Samuel should be back after the bye week. Elijah Mitchell should be back after the bye week. Eric Armstead should be back after the bye week. Jason Verrett should be activated. I mean, those four guys themselves are, Deebo, all pro caliber. Armstead plays at a Pro Bowl caliber when healthy. Jason Verrett, 2020, played at a Pro Bowl caliber. Dre Greenlaw should be coming back. Azeez Al-Shire should be coming back. Man, there's just so many players coming back. And I really do think that the Niners, the second half of the season, the schedule very favorable for the 49ers, not only because I think we're not playing like any team that I see on the schedule coming up. I think we can beat any team, especially when we're healthy. But a guy like Christian McCaffrey, who is just so dynamic and really changes everything that you can do offensively, he's really going to just be such a huge thing like for the offense. And when I look at the Rams game, it was a tale of two halves. The first half, 14-10, Rams are winning. The Niners weren't playing bad. I mean, defensively, they weren't playing good, but offensively, they were able to move the ball. Second half, we completely shut them down, shut them out, 21-0 in the second half. McCaffrey goes off. And as you said, Deebo Samuel, he'll be back after the bye week. McCaffrey will have another 2 weeks in the system to get it down. And we're getting a whole bunch of players back. So I think we're maybe similar to last year. I really do think this team can go on a run.
Yeah. Getting players back, it's definitely a positive sign. Getting Debo back, getting hopefully Armstead. I don't know what the situation with Javon is, but we're getting Jason Verrett. And not only the players that we're getting back, but the Lenore has been playing really good football. I believe that Jimmy Ward will get his cast off his hand, not week 9, week 10, but week 12, I believe he'll get it off. So he'll be playing better. Our safeties are playing great. Our linebackers will get Greenlaw back. Fred Warner played out of his mind against the Rams. Our offensive line is getting healthier as well. My goodness, if we can get Eric Armstead back, it'll be so much for this line. But the offense, couldn't be moving the ball. Couldn't move the ball very well against Kansas City. It kind of looked like it was kind of hitting the same direction against the Rams for the first half, other than the trick play, which was beautiful. By the way, congratulations to McCaffrey from wearing the triple hat, throwing for a pass, receiving a receiving touchdown, and running in for a touchdown. That's awesome. The last player that I believe that did that was Tomlinson back in 2005. So that's a great accomplishment for him. That beautiful pass to Ayuk was awesome. Great call by Kyle Shanahan. Listen, I'm excited what Kyle can do as Christian McCaffrey gets more comfortable, more familiar with this offense. Adding Debo, Ayuk looked good yesterday. Six. They threw at him 6 times, and he caught all of them for 81 yards. Um, this offense, Kittle got the ball. So, man, how good do you think this offense can be, even with Jimmy? How good if everybody stays healthy and CMC continue to get more familiar with this offense? How good do you think this offense can be this year, brother?
Man, I think it can be. I think early in the season, the defense was, of course, carrying this team. It was really the defense that led us to a number of our like early, wins in the season. So, but I think there's going to be games where, look, there's going to be games where the defense doesn't play that well. We saw it against Kansas City; they played awful. We saw it in the first half against the Rams; the defense didn't play well at all. But now I think we actually have an offense in place that can make up for it. That, hey, if we give up, 14, 17 points in the first half, I think we can absolutely keep pace with them because I mean, you look at it and the Rams, I think the Rams are like a decent team. They're not awful, but they're not a great team. But I just thought what was so impressive was the fact that you mentioned Brandon Ayuk, and then he's our number one wide receiver. Like, I mean, to me, I think that's fairly obvious. He's our number one guy. And what was so impressive too is he played every single offensive snap outside of one, I think, that Kyle Shanahan said, but he was able to produce, able to get open when he was our only threat at wide receiver. He was our only wide receiver who'd really done a whole lot. We didn't have Debo. We didn't have Jawan Jennings either against the Rams. So just having Ayuk, and he was able to produce, 80 something yards, a touchdown. That was really awesome to see. Kittle, didn't put up huge yards, but had a couple of nice catches. The beautiful touchdown, great throw, great catch. And George Kittle, good to see him, consistently, touchdowns, back-to-back games. But, I think the offense can be like really good because you think about it. And another guy who's coming back too, Kyle Juszczyk, the offensive weapon. I think the Niners, and now you get to reevaluate at the bye week because, and I'm not to make excuses because there were some games that were really, like, the offense was really bad. Like let's call it what it is. But to kind of when you think about it, going into the season, the whole entire offseason, all the preseason, the first, 2 games, it was all Trey Lance is our guy. We're preparing for that. Then all of a sudden, bam, he's gone. You have to flip the entire script. A guy who didn't practice all offseason. And look, I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm a bigger Trey Lance guy, but I don't think this is in this situation. It's an either or because look, Trey Lance is out for the year. I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to be great in this offense. I think he's going to be awesome. But now we have to focus on this year, and I think it's good. It should be really good because now the bye week, you have time to really gather yourself, get healthy, reevaluate, see where you went wrong in the first half of the season, and then make the adjustments moving forward with a guy like. I mean, you just think about it. You have on the field McCaffrey, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, Juszczyk. I mean, you don't know what's coming at you. I mean, take out Juszczyk, put in Elijah Mitchell. You don't know who's running the ball. You don't know who's throwing the ball. You don't know, like, the defense is like, what do we do? So I think it's going to be really good, the offense in the second half of the season. And I'd put money on there being games where the offense is going to carry us to wins.
Absolutely. A lot of Niner fans are not happy right now because of the trade of Jeff Wilson Jr. I want to get your thoughts on that, Shifty. We traded him to the Miami Dolphins for a 5th-round pick in next year's draft. I want to get your thoughts on that particular trade and what does it mean for a running game. Do the Niners feel comfortable with what they have in house? Obviously, Elijah Mitchell's coming back and he'll be RB2. I'm assuming he has to be RB2 from a CMC. And Jeff Wilson Jr. would have been RB3. He kind of got it, it's not exposed. What's what I'm looking for? With the addition of CMC, it just, I guess we didn't need Wilson that much. But the history of this team, how we lose running backs to injury, let me get your thoughts. Do you think this was a good trade by the 49ers or not such a good trade?
I mean, I like it for both teams. I'm going to have a video out on my channel a little bit later today on the trade. But to me, when you look at with the 49ers, I guess there is one thing where the one concern is, the injury history that some of these guys have. The injury history.
I'm not doing that to you. I'm doing it to Dick Tracy.
No, I know. The injury history, or else, some guys are unproven. But when you look at it right now with Elijah Mitchell coming back, so you're going to have McCaffrey, you're going to have Mitchell, you're going to have TDP, you're going to have Jordan Mason, and you have Tevin Coleman on the practice squad.
That's right.
Now, I know we get unlucky with injuries. If we go through 5 running backs in the next, we have 9 games, and then the postseason, let's say 10 plus games. That's more than just bad luck. That's just, you're screwed. So I think that we have the depth, and we're going to see a steady rotation. I actually think we're still going to see a lot, in my opinion, a lot of Elijah Mitchell when he comes back. I think you're going to see a lot of backfield where it's Jimmy and shotgun, Mitchell to one side, McCaffrey to the other side. McCaffrey splits out wide. Maybe Mitchell splits out wide. You're going to see a lot of different looks. So I think the 49ers felt pretty comfortable making this trade. I think this also gives a little bit of confidence to a guy like TDP, to a guy like Jordan Mason, who maybe they're like, oh, we still have maybe opportunities should someone go down. And then you get that 5th round pick back. And look, Jeff Wilson Jr. was on a 1-year deal. He wasn't coming back. I think considering, he was playing pretty well. And this season he's played pretty well, with the exception of the fumble in Atlanta. I think he's been really solid. So my guess is he would have gone out, probably got like a decent sized contract, but he probably wasn't coming back here. But instead we get a 5th round pick, and that's been our money round. We all know George Kittle, Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, in the 5th round. So, and plus you want to get some draft picks back after, trading a number for McCaffrey. And then look, the Dolphins, they get a good running back in, Jeff Wilson Jr., Raheem Mostert, who they have. We know that he has his injury history, so they get some depth there. But overall, I think it's a good trade for both teams.
Yeah, I agree. And we traded a 2nd, a 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th for CMC. And to me, it already has paid dividends. Basically, in what we saw in 9 days of him being with the Niners, what he did against the Rams. And we got a 5th round back. And I agree with you. Even though we traditionally do lose backs to injury, hopefully we don't this anymore. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. But Jeff Wilson Jr. was an undrafted free agent that we just turned into a 5th round pick. That's kudos to this organization. And you're right. He was a free agent next year. Now that we have CMC, he probably was not going to come back. And we were just going to let him go. So to get a 5th round, it is valuable. As long as we don't lose any more running backs, then this trade will be great. But the fact that we have CMC and Elijah Mitchell as a 1 and 2 punch, if they can stay healthy, man, my goodness. But I wanted to answer a question from Jesse Perez. Welcome to the channel, my friend. He says, how much money did we save from the trading of Jeff Wilson Jr.? Maybe we wanted to free up some money. I believe it was somewhere, don't quote me, around the $700K. I think it's about what we're saving on Jeff Wilson Jr. this year. And, the Niners can definitely use that if they need to. But getting a 5th round draft pick for a player that probably will not be here next year, I think that's a good move by the Niners. Now, we just got to hope that CMC or Elijah Mitchell doesn't go down again. If they can stay healthy, and you know what? I don't know about you, but CMC looks very healthy to me. He looks healthy. He looks like he's taking care of his body. You know what I mean? And people, he's been hurt, but he's never had any surgeries done. He hasn't had any surgeries, and he's 26. So as long as we can rotate him and rotate him with with Elijah, we can keep them both healthy. None of those guys have to be the bell cow. They can rotate, and I think with Kyle Shanahan, and then we have Debo, which is another running back. If you think about it, we have a running back that can play receiver. We have a receiver that can play running back. We have a fullback that can be tight end and juice. And then we have a running back in Elijah that's just a really good running back. The possibilities for this offense, it's endless. And then, I don't know about you, Shifty, but in the Niner game against the Rams in the fourth quarter, when the Niners offense started to pick up and they started to score touchdowns, did you notice the defense had a different vibe? They got pumped up. They were going after the quarterback. They were just, I mean, they felt the energy of the special teams and the energy of the offense. And I'm telling you, players feed off each other. The energy. The defense was getting tired of watching the offense in a 3 and out, 3 and out. They get tired. They get frustrated. They're like, man, we play our ass off, and the defense and the offense doesn't do jack crap. But when the offense is scoring, let me tell you, this defense comes alive. And with D'Amico Ryans making the proper adjustments, brother, I'm telling you, man, the possibilities are endless. I'm excited, bro. We didn't make any more trades. We didn't get a D tackle, which I thought we needed. I want to ask you your thoughts so far after 8 games of the offensive line, all the way from the left to the right. And if you can tell me your thoughts on every individual player from left to right this year, what's your thoughts on the offensive line so far, my friend?
I think overall, I think the offensive line's done better than what I would have expected, considering the 3 interior guys we had going into the year. But when I look at it, so Trent Williams, he's Trent Williams. He's awesome. The
Yeah.
one game against Kansas City, he did give up that sack that led to the safety. Now you could argue that Jimmy rolling out, it kind of like gave the defender, I think it was at Frank Clark. He had like a really good angle at it, and it
Yeah.
was pretty difficult for Trent. Plus his first game back after injury. But I think Trent Williams has been very good. Maybe not like his elite self, but I think he's been good. Jalen Moore ended up actually filling in quite well for Trent Williams, even though initially in Denver, the 4 snaps, he was awful. But after that, he did pretty
Go
well.
figure, huh?
Colton
Yeah.
Pivots was pretty good too in limited time, but he got hurt quickly. But then you look at left guard Aaron Banks. Man, he's been awesome. To me, he's playing at a Pro Bowl level. I think he's been really good in the run game, in the pass game. A couple of times against the Rams, I saw him handle Aaron Donald. So I think he's really good. Jake Brendel, he's a guy who people are not high on at all. I think Brendel is maybe getting a little bit of a bad rap. Like, I don't think he's been great. Like, he's probably in the lower tier, like in terms of centers in the league, but I don't think he's not god awful where he's costing us games. I don't think. Right guard Spencer Burford, up and down. His ups are really high. He looks really good. He has a couple of just like mental errors. We saw it on Sunday against the Rams where he wasn't ready for the snap, and then Aaron Donald right into the backfield, and then the whole play was screwed up. But I think all in all, the future is really bright for Burford if he gets that consistency down, which I think he will. I mean, he's playing a completely different position. Like, he never really played right guard before, even in college. So good for him. I think he's going to get better. Brunskill has been a solid person coming in. He's been rotating in and out. So I'm really happy with how Brunskill's looking, especially after his injury. McGlinchey, that's the one where that's the one. Look, I think his run blocking is maybe above average, but his pass blocking, not good. He's reminding me of Tom Compton from last season, where he's just getting beat pretty badly
Yeah.
on a number of times. There's one little sliver that I really did like about McGlinchey was in the Rams game. Clearly something, was being said with him and Donald, and he got up into Aaron Donald's face. And you can see McGlinchey's a big dude. He's like 6'7". and he was like towering over like Aaron Donald. And I just liked to see that, the fire and the intensity, because it seems like a guy, kind of like a goofy guy, but always very passive. Um, but he remind and you could say that about Joe Staley, but we remember Joe Staley would also get in people's faces. There was that famous game. It was week 1 of the 2014 season or 2013 season against the Packers, where Staley's grabbing Clay Matthews.
Oh yeah,
But it was
yeah.
good to see the intensity from Mike McGlinchey. Even though he didn't play a great game, and I think honestly, it's kind of weird to say, but he might be the weakest link on the offensive line, him or Brendel. But I think all in all, the offensive lines played better than I thought. If you look at our rushing numbers, they're good. If you look at how we're doing, like we haven't given up a ton of sacks, so I'm stoked on the offensive line. McGlinchey's got to get better. Will he get better? I don't know. Maybe they consider when he comes back healthier. Maybe McKivitz comes in. Who knows? But or Jalen Moore even. But all in all, I'm fairly impressed, because going into the season, I was pretty worried about it. How
Yeah.
about you, Beto?
You said, man, there's not much to add to what you said. I love what you said. Trent Williams he's the GOAT at the left tackle. He had a bad game. Yes, he did, but he was coming back from injury, and he'll pick it up. He had a better game against the Rams. Aaron Banks has been surprisingly working wonderful at that guard. I know a lot of Niner fans were giving up on him. Why did we draft him out of Notre Dame in the second round? What did we give him a second pick for him? And he's not going to do good. And let's give credit where credit is due, man. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, they saw something in big boy Aaron. And he's, in 8 games, he has not given up a sack. In 8 games for a guy that, not a rookie, but is his first year playing a full year. That's phenomenal. Even Jake Brendel, I'm not confident in him so much, but he is getting better. He's not great. Okay, he's not Mac, but he is getting better. Spencer Buford, he had a bonehead play. Yes, he's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. He still has a lot to learn, and he'll get there. But there's a lot of promise with him there. Now, the question mark is when we all arrived is at the end of the pole, which is the right tackle position. And Mike McGlinchey, we all knew that he couldn't pass protect even coming out of college. We were hoping that we can develop him into a better pass protector, but he's just, to me, maybe he's just too tall and he gets pushed back. It's like he's always on skates. It's like when he gives up plays, he gives up some crazy plays. In the run game, he's great, and we love that. But he really gets blown up in that pass game. So I don't expect him to be back. I think he's the weak link of the offense. But out of all the offense, out of the 5 players that I mentioned, only really one is bad. So overall, that makes the offense look pretty good, better than what we all expected they would be. And they keep Jimmy pretty much upright. And this game against the Rams, for all the ones that hate Jimmy, I'm not a Jimmy G fan either. I'm a big Trey Lance, as Kalen is, as a lot of us mostly are. But let's give credit where credit is due. Jimmy played one hell of a game on Sunday. Yes, there was those 2 possible turnovers to Ramsey. Ramsey just couldn't catch a damn ball. But it's okay. And I've been hearing a lot of Niner fans saying, wow, CMC fumbled the ball twice. That is rare. Okay, that was weird, but it's rare from CMC. He's really good at not giving the ball over. And Kalen, out of all players, one of the things that Ray McLeod is known for is fumbling the ball, right? Go and figure. CMC fumbles the ball, it gets popped in the air, and it falls right in the hands of Ray, who's on the ground already. It's just, he looked at it, but I got to give Ray props for being aware of what was happening, because you can see in his eyes he saw the ball up in the air and it went right into him. And that besides the one where he got hit and for the 15 yards, but that was probably his second best catch of the day. Is keeping CMC from turning it over. So
Hmm.
I thought it was funny, bro. When I seen him, he even looked surprised, like, "Oh crap, here he comes!" Right? I thought it was funny, but I know a lot of Niner fans were kind of afraid, like CMC's a turnover machine. I'm like, whoa, turnover machine. He rarely turns it over, and he didn't turn it over. Okay, let's keep it 100. They could have been turnovers those two times, but they weren't. So his record still stays clean. So that is our offensive line that we went through. I want to get your thoughts on Brandon Ayuk's production on Sunday. When his
Yeah, I
name
was
was
really
called,
impressed.
well, real
Yeah,
quick,
I
when
was
his name
really
was
impressed.
called, I'm sorry, when his
No,
name
you
was called, um, he came to play. I want to get your details on your thoughts on him on Sunday, brother.
Yeah, I thought Ayuk was really good on Sunday. Number of key plays that we needed to extend drives and to make things happen. He was the guy who did it. And here's the thing, again, like I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, is that there was really no other like significant threat at wide receiver. There was no Debo, no Jawan. So having Ayuk still be able to get open, to get that space, to make things happen, no drops. Every time he was targeted, caught the ball. That was huge for the offense. And then a couple of really nice plays he had. Look, on that Christian McCaffrey touchdown pass, a really clever play from Ayuk because he kind of goes, because initially I think the play call, you look at it where Jimmy tosses it out to McCaffrey, and then you think, oh, that's going to be a run play. He'll just toss it out. McCaffrey will run with it. And you can see Ayuk goes to like fake as if he's going to block. And then he just kind of like goes out and like takes off. McCaffrey hit some great play call, great execution from everyone on that play. But also Ayuk did a great job of selling the block, gets loose, gets free down the stretch, and bam, touchdown. There was also a lot of run blocking plays that I thought Ayuk was really, really good in too. And that's his huge strength. That's where I think we remember early in the season last year where he was kind of like in the doghouse, as they say. Maybe he wasn't putting in the effort as much as he could have been with regards to run blocking. And that's why we're not seeing Danny Gray out there. And Shanahan basically said it. Shanahan said, play in, play out. You got to be consistent. You got to
Yep.
be good. Um, but Ayuk, and he's that guy now. Like I think he's a great run blocker, probably better than Debo at this point. You know, not he won't be as good as Kittle. We know what Kittle can do, but I think Ayuk's our best run blocking wide receiver as well. So he's developed into an all around guy, especially for what Shanahan dictates in the offense, because he absolutely says, if you're going to be a wide receiver in my team, you're going to run block. You're going to open up lanes for our running backs. And he's done it. So that's great to see. I think he's developed into our true number one wide receiver. Now, it's funny because the offense, we just have like so many weapons now. I mean, you look at Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, and McCaffrey, and I think you can go a number of different directions as who's the best player. Um, I think that Debo has that ceiling where he can be the best, but then Christian McCaffrey, he did it all.
Yeah.
Kittle has his moments where he can look like unstoppable. We saw it last season. He looked good against the Chiefs. He wasn't targeted a ton against the Rams, but looked good when he was targeted. Great touchdown catch. So, but Ayuk, I think he is now officially our wide receiver one. But you're probably going to see the ball in the hands of Debo more, just because we like to do that quick pass to Debo where he can run, or with Debo Samuel, he'll be in the backfield sometimes. But I really am so impressed with Brandon Ayuk. His production the last 3 games, each game over 80 yards. I know he had 2 touchdowns against the Falcons, a touchdown against the Rams, against Kansas City. Did he get a touchdown against Kansas City? I can't remember. But he's been performing really well. He's our leading receiver. Really impressed by Ayuk.
Yeah. Yeah. Very impressed by him as well. I wanted to bring a comment as you were speaking that Christian brought up. Christian Carver, welcome. And I just want to acknowledge real quick those that are coming in. Vinny came in. Cowboy Angel came in. Christian Carver, Leslie came in. Damian Lee, Reaper, my boy Reaper's in the house. What's up, Reaper? We got Tech Village Idiot in the house. But I wanted to bring this comment up, and this is a very uh, I forgot about this. Now that Jeff Wilson Jr. is gone, does CMC go back to 22? And if he does, all those that bought the 23 jersey, what do they do, man?
I think he could go back to 22. I think the 23 looks good.
I do.
It's like just
I
like
agree.
when you see the red and the white, it kind of, look at different sports and completely different thing, but you kind of think almost like Michael Jordan. You're like seeing the red with the white,
I like it.
numbers, or vice
Yeah.
versa. It looks really good. But I'm not sure what the significant. It was 22 like a very significant number for him.
Oh.
I know that he wore. I think at Stanford, I want to say he wore. Was it number 5 at Stanford? I think. Yeah, I think it was 5 at Stanford, and then 22 with the Panthers. Now, I don't know if that has a personal significance to him, but I think McCaffrey, I mean, maybe, I don't know what the significance is, but I like the 23. But as you said, if he changes to 22, man, all those. But here's the thing, too. Okay, so you know what? If you bought a 23 jersey, let's say if you bought the 23 jersey and then he announces tomorrow or whatever, I'm going to be 22 now. Like that would be such a rare, cool jersey to have. And to say, I have a 23 McCaffrey, the one game that he threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, and caught a touchdown, that would be like such a limited kind of ultimately rare thing. So that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I apologize for the phone ringing. It was my
Oh,
friend
you're good, man.
calling. But yeah. Yeah. You made a very valid point there. 23 does look good on him. And a new team, new coach, new number. Sometimes players are like that. They're like, you know what? A new team, a new number. What he did on Sunday, he did it with wearing number 23. Maybe he carries a 23. I haven't heard anything about going back to 2022, but you're right. How important is that number to him? Now, he never made an offer to Wilson for it. He just took 23. So, but Christian looks like he's a really humble young man. He looks like he don't like to stir the pot. He just kind of goes with the flow. You know what I mean? So, but now that it's available, we'll see. This is one of the reasons why I waited to buy a jersey for CMC because, well, for one thing, I'm a big boy. My jerseys are not that cheap, as it would be for you, Kalen. So, I have to really be careful, switching jerseys. I figured I didn't expect Wilson to leave this year. I probably thought he would not be back next year, and maybe next year CMC would take 22, but that can happen now. But at least we know if he doesn't take 22 and he continues to run with 23, we can rest assured knowing that that's going to be his number while his career here in San Francisco, because the 22 is available and he's not taking it. Reaper made a good comment. I want to get the audience in here involved. He says Dolphins quarterback almost threw 4 interceptions, but nobody's talking about that. Yeah, referring that Jimmy played good football. I think that now that we have CMC, Kalen, honestly, he's kind of like that security blanket for Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy has all these weapons. He has Debo, CMC, Elijah Mitchell, Brandon Ayuk, Juice, Kittle. There's no excuse for him. He just got to play smart football. The thing about Jimmy, you don't have to win the game for us. Just don't lose it for us. And then this defense will come alive. And I gotta give flowers to Ray Ray on special teams. He had some pretty good returns. And this is why we brought Ray Ray in here. Also want to give flowers to Burke, our linebacker, who stepped in for Greenlaw. He did a decent job in replacement, and that's not easy to do. And he was out there tackling. So credit to him, flowers to him. Man, this defense was everywhere. I believe Bosa got a sack. Fred Warner got a sack. And this defense just started to come alive. and we got a lot of pressures as well. So the Rams, there's a guy named Rudy that might be watching. I don't know if you heard of Rudy. He's a good friend of mine. He's a Rams fan
Ramilia?
from the Ramilia report. He's not too happy right now. He in the beginning of the season, he said there was going to be a sweep between the Niners and Rams. Now, unfortunately for him, he was correct about the sweep, but he kind of picked the wrong team on the sweep. You should have went with the team that has done it before already, right? So he got confident because we lost the NFC Championship game. He's like, you know what? We finally beat them by 3 points, by the way, but still they won. And he said in the beginning of the season there was going to be a sweep. So Rudy, I just want to say you were right. The sweep did happen, but you were wrong on the team, bro. You bet on the wrong horse. Shame on you. Now I asked him earlier. I was talking to him by phone. I was texting him. Do you think that the Rams, if they lose to Tampa, do they still have a chance of winning the division or making the playoffs? Now Rudy's kind of like, yeah, if we get healthier in the O line, but he wasn't too confident. So this is a Niner show, but I want to ask you, Kaylin, if the Rams lose to Tampa this Sunday, what are the chances of them making the playoffs, in your opinion, based on their schedule?
I mean, yeah, it definitely decreases their chances significantly simply because I think what's going to happen in the NFC is, you look at when it comes to the playoffs, the Philadelphia 7-0. Right now, they're the number one seed. And then you look at in the NFC East, you just look at all the tiebreakers and stuff, and this could be a massive thing down the road where already they've lost two division games. So division games are really important for tiebreakers when it comes to playoff time. And then if you lose to Tampa Bay, now Tampa Bay's had a pretty rough start so far to the season. They just haven't been their usual self. But if you lose to Tampa Bay, that's another team where you don't have the tiebreaker over them. So the Rams really need a win here. Like this, when they're playing against the Buccaneers, and it's a pretty tough game. Cooper Kupp, it sounds like he's healthy. So, at the end of the day, I'm happy that you don't want anyone getting hurt, especially a guy that good. He's really fun to watch. But he's probably not going to be 100% now. Again, and they have to travel all the way to Tampa Bay. Who knows what the weather's going to be like? But it kind of feels like a must-win game for the Rams. And you know what? It kind of feels the same way for Tampa Bay. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're 3-5 or 2-6 or
Three and
something like
five.
that. So they're 3-5. So they're like, we have to win this game. So both teams are going to be going all out for this game. And I think the Rams it's feeling like a must win. And I was kind of surprised they didn't make any moves at the trade deadline. I thought they would have maybe tried to bring someone in just to try and help them out. But I think they could be in trouble pretty quickly, especially, if Cooper Kupp is banged up in any way, because he's their offense. And that's the
Yep.
thing where I think it works out for the Niners we match up well with them and I think a lot of teams do too this season because they really just have Cooper Kupp and Higbee. Now, Allen Robinson had a couple of nice catches, and let's give credit where it's due, but they need him, Allen Robinson, to step up big time. I hear Rams fans talk about Van Jefferson this, Van Jefferson that, and I'm like,
Where was he?
who? I'd rather take Jawan Jennings any day over Van Jefferson.
Come on now.
Um, but they need those guys to step up big because if you look at their offense, and that's why I had a lot of confidence in the two games against the Rams because like it was like I think I was looking at the numbers and it was like out of every three passes Stafford makes, two out of every three are going to one of those two guys. So basically, you try and cover those two guys, and bam, you're good. Now, but I think you made a really good point too in the game, and something that I'd kind of forgotten about was that Oren Burks, really nice game. I thought he came in and did a really solid job. It's not an easy task to come in and play against it. I think a good team, a team that's well coached offensively, and they were able to exploit our defense, especially early on in the game. But the second half, we just shut them down. And for me, the Niners defense, it was such a team effort. Like I didn't feel like, especially in the second half. Now, look, Bosa had a sack, Warner had a sack, as you mentioned. But to me, I just think about it like there was no one guy that stood out. I just thought everyone played well. Everyone made a tackle when they needed to. Everyone was needed to be where they had to be. They made the play when they were called upon. And yeah, and that's what I think. It was a great team effort on defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just acknowledging some people as you are talking. We have Matthew Navarro coming in. We have Melissa. What's up, Melissa? We have Mariah from the 49 Faithful Lee podcast coming in. Thank you for stopping in.
Thank you for being here, guys.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I was saying thank you to everyone for being here and leaving comments.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And real quick, I didn't mention this in the beginning. Shame on me. My boy Kalen, Shifty's 49ers Talk. Love this guy. I love the work that he does. I love the energy that he puts into his channel. Listen, his channel, a link is in the descriptions below. Please do me a favor. Go and click on it. Go and support my friend. Follow his channel. He puts on some great content. Go show some 49er love now or after the podcast. I made it easy. All you got to do is click on the link and it takes you directly to his channel. Show him some love. I mentioned this earlier, and today we're kind of freestyling it and we're just kind of all over the place, but we're excited. And so kind of just enjoying the kumbaya with us as we have fun today. I've been showing this patch, as you noticed, Kaylin, as we've been talking. I'm going to give this patch away. I'm going to give it to a lucky viewer today. Quest for 6. I believe we are in Quest for 6 mode again. I believe this team could get the 6th Lombardi trophy. This is the patch that I chose. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Shifty pick your number. He's not going to say anything right now. He's going to pick it within himself. A number between 1 and 50. Okay, 1 and 50. And then I'm going to ask you guys, don't do it right now, guys. Then I'm going to ask you guys to start putting numbers on the comments, and nobody can repeat the numbers. And I love this by Mariah. Mariah taught me this. So Mariah, please forgive me if I'm taking one of your tools, but I love the way you do it. So pull your numbers, and then if the number that you put on the comments is the number that my boy Kalen picked, and look at him. He looks like a very honest person. I don't think he'll lie. He's going to write it. He's going to write it down. See how honest he is?
I'm going to write it down. So that way there won't be any shenanigans. Or
I don't think there would be. But he's going to write it down. You're going to pick a number. If it matches the number that he picked, you're the winner. If you're the nearest to the number that he picked, you're the winner. And you will be getting this patch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I can't think of the name right now. It's like I can't think of the name. You put on the back, it's like a plastic that you iron on so that when you can just go to your jersey, put it on your jersey, put the iron on it. Adhesive. I'm going to put adhesive tape on it for you. I'm going to have it already. All you got to do is put it on your jersey, get the iron, put the heat on it, and it will stick like these. See these right here that I have on? These are by adhesive tape. So one of you will be a lucky winner. And I do this because I truly respect each and every one of you. Your time is valuable, and you take your time to watch my show. And that's just my way of saying thank you. And also, don't forget, go to Kalen's channel and support his channel. Did you write that number down, my friend?
Sure did.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead, and I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom of the comments because I'm pretty sure you guys. Yep, people are already writing numbers. Okay, no duplicates. So the first, don't say anything yet until I tell you, Kaylin. Even if you see it, don't mention anything. I'll prompt you. So we have Cowboy picking number 22. We got Tracy Henderson picking 23. I like these numbers that they're picking, referencing to CMC. I love it. We got Damian Lee picking 37. We got David McNew picking 85. Kiddo. We got Melissa picking 49 for 49ers. We got Dina Harvey. What's up, Dina, by the way? Welcome to the channel. picking 48. We got Clown Man. What's up, Clown Man? Welcome to the channel as well, my friend. Picking now 23 is already taken, Clown Man. No repeat. So go ahead and pick another number. Clown Man, pick another number for me. We got Leslie taking number 16. Joe Montana. We got Jesse Perez taking 4. Let's see here. David Menu, you can't pick two numbers, bro. Just one number, baby. One number. So either 42 or your number you picked earlier, 85. You got to pick one of those two. Let me know. Let's see. Who else? All right. What's up, Luis Moreno? Pick your number, Luis. Thank you for coming in. This is just my way of saying thank you guys for watching our show. Like I said, I know that you guys are your time is valuable. For when you take the time to watch our show, this is my way of showing appreciation. So, continue to put the numbers down. My boy Kalen has this number down. We're going to continue with this show. In a few minutes, we'll pick a winner, and we'll see who the lucky winner is. So, Shifty. Yes. Beto said new numbers because you said 1 to 150. 1 to 150. Yeah. Thank you, Melissa, for correcting that. I appreciate that. Clown Man. Now, you guys can't pick doubles because then you guys are going to confuse me. Oh, no. Clown Man had to do it again because thank you, Clown Man. So he takes 8 for Steve Young. I love it. Luis Moreno takes 33 for Roger Craig. And, okay. I got you, Melissa. This is why David Menu went to 42, because I did say up to 50, and 85 is, it's above 50. Don't make fun of me, Kaylin. I see you. I'm excited, guys. I'm just excited because our team won. We're 4-4 going into the bye. We're getting rested. We're getting healed up. This team is turning it around. Can they do this kind of exact thing they did in 2021, where there were 3-5 and they turned it around and found themselves in the NFC Championship game? Let me ask you, Kaylin, this team, do you think this team is better than it was last year?
Ooh, that's a good question. I actually think it probably is. I think it's going to be after the bye week. I think it's going to be better simply when we get a lot of these players back healthy. I think we have some benefits this year over last year. When you look at like Mooney Ward is better than any cornerback we had last year. If you remember, Emmanuel Mosley missed, a number of games last season. But Mooney Ward is, he is a better player than Mosley, even though I'm a big fan of Mosley, of course. But and possibly Jason Verrett, too, this year. But you look at across, when you add a guy like Christian McCaffrey, I think that's like an absolute game changer. So I think we're ultimately going to be better. You see just how well Hufanga has been playing. He's playing at a much higher level than what Jaquaski Tart was playing at last year. And I think now Jimmy Ward's back healthy. Hopefully, maybe after the bye week or in a couple, maybe like a month down the road, he can take off the cast and then he can kind of play his old self again. But I think this team could be better, but we just need those guys to come back. We need Armstead, Juszczyk, Debo, Greenlaw, Aziz, Verrett. If all that's like 6 really quality players, if they're back healthy, I'm not really counting on Javon Kinlaw. I know John Lynch said recently that he thinks that Kinlaw can help us out down the stretch. Ultimately, for me, when it comes to Kinlaw, I have zero expectations. If he can come in and play, great. If not, then that's kind of meeting my expectations. So I think that this team could be better. Just, it's tricky because it's hard to say, because at this point last year, we were 3-5 and we came off a brutal loss to the Arizona Cardinals, to Colt McCoy. Whereas this year, after our 8th game, we have a big win over the Rams. And I think, we're 3-0 in the division. So that's big time. I think it could be better. It's the one area that we're definitely worse at is at center. Like Alex Mack, even though he was kind of a bit long in the tooth, I think he was like really a great stable force in the center, and a lot better than Jake Brendel. But outside of that, I think that we're probably better this year. Although another guy that we're missing a little bit, I think, is Arden Key. I think Ebukam's been pretty good. Some of these guys have been pretty good, but Ebukam or Arden Key's the kind of guy that and DJ Jones. So it's close, man. That's a really good question. What do you think? Do you think this team is better than last year?
Yeah. Just with the simple addition of CMC and what he can do in this offense, I believe this team is better than last year. With adding Shavarius Ward at the corner position, makes the teams better. Adding CMC to this offense to make it more explosive is better. So yes, I do believe this team is better with the addition of those two players. Those are not the only players, but with those two players, even with Ray, Ray, I gotta admit, he's taking a slow start. He wasn't as explosive as I wanted him to be. I was hoping to get a what was the name of that receiver that we used to have? Can you help me out? He was a punt returner. He came from Miami years back in the Harbaugh.
Ted Ginn.
Ted Ginn, thank you. I was hoping to get another Ted Ginn, a type of explosive punt returner, and Ray hasn't really done that so far, but he started to show what he can do and why we brought him in against the Rams. Hopefully he'll continue to build on that. So that excites me. So yes, do I think this team is better than last year? Absolutely. Do I believe they can make a run? Absolutely. Now, I haven't even mentioned Trey Lance. Trey Lance makes this team better. I know he hasn't had the opportunity to really play and show what he can do, but I think his skill set is just off the charts. Imagine the possibilities next year with Trey Lance, Debo, CMC, Ayuk, Kittle, Juice, because those guys ain't going anywhere.
Right.
They're not going anywhere next year. The only one that we might have to worry about, but not until the following year, is Brandon Ayuk. But he's not going He's not going nowhere next year. So this team is only
2 years.
2 years. Okay, even better.
Because I really didn't mean to cut you off, Beto.
No.
Because he was a first round pick, we have the 5th-year option.
That's
if we
right.
want to do that.
Very good point. Very good point. We can definitely use that if we need to. I just want to say hello to Jason. What's up, my brother from 49er Faithful Radio. He's one of the podcast guys there. They do a wonderful job there. Check them out as well. Awesome guy. And I didn't mention this earlier in Melissa. Melissa, I love Melissa. Melissa keeps me on my toes. She's one of my moderators. She's great. She takes care of me during my shows. I appreciate you, Melissa. But she didn't mention this, and she's really good at reminding me. But I remembered real quick. Our boy Wayne Breezy. We all know what happened to him. We all know what took place. We all know that he was wronged, and he's a great guy, lovable guy. Loves his what he does. I love his personality. He started a new channel. He's starting to build it up. Let's all help out. Please unsubscribe to his old channel. Go and look for it, unsubscribe to it, and subscribe to his new channel. Let's continue to show my boy Wayne Breezy the love that he deserves. He's an awesome, awesome guy. Okay, with that said, are you ready, Mr. Kalen Shifty 49 Talk, to pick a winner? Did you pick a good number?
Oh, I picked a great number.
Now let me ask you something. Don't show the number yet. Did you see your number yet? I'll try to don't say who it is, and don't say what number it is. I'm gonna bring the numbers up again, and wait until I bring them all up, because if you say when I bring one up, that'll give it away. And I'm gonna ask you if you saw your number on there. If not, we're gonna see what we can do. Let me go back up real quick. I should have said hashtag numbers. It would have been easier to find, but that's on me. All right, that is on me. I should have said hashtag and then the number, and I would have found it easier. But
Well,
all right.
I'm not going to say the number, but I will say that someone did get it right.
Oh, you did see it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's what I was going for. So let me look. Let me look at all the numbers. See, I just don't want to make sure. Melissa, keep me on my toes. If I miss a number, you tell me because it's not intentional, and I don't want to leave nobody behind. But and you didn't see nobody. Okay, nobody can repeat the number. So obviously, there's already a winner, and we're gonna mention that winner, and that winner will get this beautiful Quest for 6 patch. I'm gonna put. There's nothing in the back there right now, but I'm gonna add adhesive tape, unless you don't want me to. If you're gonna sew it onto your jersey or whatever you're gonna put it on, then I won't put the adhesive tape. But if you want to make it easy, you don't have a sewing machine. These are not sewed. I put adhesive tape on it, get the iron, and boom, they stick on there. This has been washed a lot of times. It doesn't come off. So I will do that for you. All right, so let me move on. I should have said hashtag number because it would have been so much easier. Let me go up. Once I find the first number, I'll be good. Let's see here. All right. I believe the first number was Clownman at 49. It was Cowboy at 22. Tracy at 23. Damien. Oh, hold on. Let me just bring it up. Clownman at 49. Cowboy at 22. Tracy picked 23. Damien picked 37. Melissa picked, wait a minute. Melissa picked 49. And Clownman picked 49 first. So, Melissa, can you change your number for me? I did not notice that. 49 was already picked. So, if you can change it for me, Melissa, I would appreciate it. Dina got 48. Leslie got 16. Jesse Perez got 4. David Minu got 42. Clownman got 8. Luis Moreno picked 33. Reaper, okay, no, let's see here. Reaper got 36. And we're still waiting. Any more numbers? And I believe Melissa took send away 40.
Melissa has 49, and then Clownman changed it to 8 because I think Clownman initially had 49.
Oh, did he?
But
Okay.
he's saying that it was
Okay. So Melissa has 49 then. Okay. Melissa has 49. And now there's some people that just came in that Javier Rios pick a number that hasn't been shown on the screen. Brian, please pick a number that hasn't been shown on the screen. I would like you guys to participate as well. And Jason, pick a number that hasn't been shown on the screen so that, and Melissa will be quickly to remind you if that number is already taken. Thank you, Melissa. I'm going to give Melissa a patch just for helping. Melissa, you're going to get a patch whether you win or not. You're going to get a patch, girl, because you're awesome. Okay, Brian took 3. We're waiting on Jason. And we're waiting on, who else did yeah, Jason and, is that it? Oh, and Javier. So Jason and Javier, pick a number.
A number between 1 and 50.
1 and 50, yes. Thank you.
And try and keep in mind that if you were able to scroll up and just see what numbers have been taken. Okay, that number has not been taken.
7 has not been taken. 7. And it's kind of a...
Well, actually, we don't even have to do this because I've already said that someone got the number
it
right.
hit me. So, yeah, it just hit me.
So, yeah.
So you know what? We're gonna give away 2 patches, not just 1. That's my fault because you're right. We already picked a number and we're it's like, why even have them pick a number, right? So
yeah.
For the ones that did not win, you're gonna get another opportunity. This is just the kind of guy that I am. I'm not gonna mess nobody up. So for this particular patch, what's up, Lucky? We're gonna see who won. Are you ready? Drum roll. Are you ready? When I count of three. 1, 2, and 3.
So the winner is going to be Leslie with the number 16. There was a
Leslie.
big hint in the background. So good job, Leslie gets the win.
Congratulations, Leslie. Congratulations on winning
Excuse my writing. The pen was running out.
the quest for 6. The quest for 6. Don't get rid of the pad. I need you to hold the pad again because we're gonna have you pick another number. Don't get rid of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Pick another number, and this is where we're gonna make it from 1 to 100. 1 to 100. So start putting the numbers in. Everybody but Leslie. Leslie won already. And Melissa, if you can keep track for me, I would appreciate it. Melissa, I'm giving you a patch just for helping me out, Melissa. So, Leslie, congratulations on winning this patch. Let me know if you want it with a adhesive tape or not. And I will take care of you for picking number 16. Joe Montana came in the clutch and won it for you. Man, we have 25 going strong. All right, so here comes the first number. Javier Rios, 77. Matter of fact, can you write these numbers down on the side of?
Yeah, I'll write it down. I'll write it down to you.
All right, 77 is the first number for Javier Rios. We got Melissa at picking 94.
We got 2.
Putting you to work, my friend. I think we should give Shifty a patch too, just for participating, man. I'm putting him to work. Cowboy has number 2.
I'm getting them all. But yeah, we got.
You got Dina with 80. And then we have Lucky at 74. We got Brian with 3. We got Tracy with 21. We got 49er fan 26 with 15. We got Jesse Perez with 23. We got Luis Moreno with 54. Damian Lee with 65. And Melissa, I believe this is the number, all the numbers that you wrote down. We got David Lee with number 8. All right. So, unless some more numbers pop up, let me get another patch and show you. Look at the patch bag. I love Justin Cowboy Smith. I had to go with, okay, so Melissa actually went with 94. And then David Villa is 39.
All right.
So no numbers have been duplicated, right?
Not that I've seen.
All right, let me pick a good.
I have all the numbers all the way up to David.
All right, let me pick a nice patch that I'm going to give away to a lucky winner. All right, let's do one of these. I think this is a nice one. All right, let me show it to the viewer. All right, I think this is a very nice patch. I love this patch myself. For those that love the old school, Legends of Candlestick Park 2014. Look at this beautiful patch.
No, that's a nice one. That's a very nice one.
Beautiful patch right here. 1971 to 2014 Candlestick Park. For all those old school. This is going to be the winner. We're going to pick a winner. Chicken dinner. So everybody has put a number in there. Go ahead and pick a winner. Do you have it?
I do have it, and I have the winner. So the winner is actually going to be David, because the number that I went with was number 36.
Congratulations, David. That's David McNew, right?
No, David Villa. Sorry, David Villa.
David Villa picked
39, so he's the closest.
Oh, 39. Oh, okay, that's what threw me off. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so David Villa, congratulations, my friend. You just won this patch. Again,
See you later, Jason.
if you want me to put adhesive tape on here for you, so all you got to do is just put it on your jersey, put the iron on it, and it sticks beautiful to your jersey. Let me know and hit me up on my email. So Leslie and David Villa, send me an email at Niners Sickness Podcast at gmail.com. 49ers Sickness Podcast at gmail.com with your information. If you want the adhesive tape on it or not, and then also your address so that I can send it to you, and I will send it out first thing tomorrow. So congratulations to Leslie, and congratulations to David Avila. Also, Melissa, send me your information to me by the same email, and I'm going to pick one for you for helping me out. Just my way of saying thank you. And then and then Mr. Shifty, do the same, brother. I'm going to send one to you as well. Did you like this one?
That one's cool.
You want me to send one of this like this to you?
No, I'm down, man. I'm not going to say no.
All right.
I won't say no.
You got it, my friend. This is just my way of saying thank you. But listen, guys, do me a favor. If you appreciate us talking 49ers, you appreciate us giving away the patches, do me a favor. The link is in the comments below. Please follow my friend Shifty at 49ers Talk. Go to his channel, not because I give away some patches, but because he is an excellent individual. I love his content. He's fiery. Not only that, but he does a lot of 49er games. And I love his, I can't do what he does. I try. I suck at it. He's very animated. He's like, he gets me going. He gets me excited. So he's fun to watch. Make sure to follow him. Make sure to support him. Great guy. And I mean that dearly, my friend. Can likewise, you put your email? Likewise. Yeah, hold on. Go ahead and talk something about the Niners. I'm going to put my email on the screen real quick. So go ahead, Kaylin. Say something that whatever pops in your mind about the Niners while I do this.
Oh, for sure. Well, I just want to say, yeah, thank you for having me on, Beto. I think it was awesome to actually go live to get the interaction. Actually, a really good turnout. So, and I want to say a huge shout out to thank you to everyone who's here. As Beto said earlier, time is valuable, time is precious, and for you guys to spend your time with us, it really means a lot while we talk 49er football. And great to have you guys, drop your comments and all that good stuff. So really appreciate it. You guys are great. And yeah, as Beto said, I'm sure that you're all, subscribed to Niners Sickness. If you'd like, I really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe to my channel too, it'd really help me out. It'd mean a lot. And yeah, drop by at the streams during the 49er games, because it gets really fun in there. We got a whole bunch of people in there. We're all kind of watching the game together and reacting to it, and it's a lot of fun. So, but yeah, I really appreciate I appreciate the compliments, Beto. I really appreciate that, and thank you. And yeah, thanks for everyone for being here.
Yeah, you're welcome, my friend. I laughed because I read a comment where you were talking. I'll bring it up in a minute. The email is on the screen, ninersicknesspodcast at gmail.com. Melissa also wrote it in the comments. So you're welcome. Just go ahead and do that. Now I wanted to bring the comment. No, I'm sorry. I can't give you one for that. But Javier Rio says, I deserve a patch since I'm the only guy being positive about Jimmy G. I think I have a Trey Lance patch that I could possibly send him since he's a Jimmy G fan.
I like that.
I love Javier Rios, man. You're awesome, dude. Continue to play, man. I'm going to continue to give away more stuff. I do ask during my shows, I do bring up a Cash App and I do bring up a Venmo account that you guys can donate if you want. I'm not asking anything for me. I don't need finances. I can support myself. Thank you. I figured if I can collect money from you guys, put it all together, go and buy a nice giveaway, and then give it away back to you guys. That's just my way of returning. So whatever you donate to the podcast, it's not for me to go to the movies with the wife. is strictly for me to buy more patches or buy a jersey or buy hats or buy whatever it is that is 49er, and I want to give it right back to you guys as a gift. So again, if you want to support, I'll put the links. The Cash App is right there. If you want to support the podcast, anything you can give. Again, it's just for the sole purpose of me. I am on a fixed income, so I can't always buy great things and give it away. But if I collect a little bit from you guys, I put it in a pot. Once I get enough, I go out there and buy you guys something, a jersey maybe, and give it to you guys. So you guys can also donate at Niner Sickness 49 for Venmo. I appreciate that. Well, we came to the end of our show. I kept Kalen long enough. There's still 21 people watching. You guys are amazing. For not preparing this show, for not putting no thumbnail, we had a great turnout. Maybe we should do this more often like this, Shifty. We'll talk about that off the air. But Shifty, hang in there for me. I'm going to say goodbye. But before I say goodbye, you say goodbye. But let everybody else know where else they can reach you. I put your description of your YouTube, but I'm pretty sure you have Twitter and you have other channels. Please plug those in real quick.
Yeah, so the link to my channel should be in the description. If you just in the search in YouTube, if you put in Shifty 49ers Talk, it should pop right up. On Twitter, it's Shifty 49ers Talk, and then Instagram, Shifty 49ers Talk as well. Most active on YouTube. I do tweet out now and again. And I'll give my thoughts on Twitter as well. Instagram I don't use as much, but yeah, no harm. Feel free to drop a follow on Instagram too. Just so I might try and update that a little bit more frequently. But yeah, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram is Shifty's 49ers Talk.
Awesome.
And I appreciate everyone who does consider subscribing. It really helps out. It means a lot.
Yes, subscribe to him. I appreciate it. And make sure to also go unsubscribe to Wayne Breezy's channel and subscribe to his new channel. Go and follow my man, Wayne Breezy. All right, guys. Victory Tuesday. We beat the Rams twice. We sent them packing. We're on our bye. We're getting healthy. We're going to get out of our bye. We're going to take care of the Chargers. And then we have Arizona and Mexico, which I consider it to be a home game for us. And then we have, I believe after that, we have the Saints. So our schedule looks pretty easy, not easy, but winnable games. Let me put it that way. Winnable games. As long as we stay healthy, I'm pretty sure we can go far. I'm excited about this offense, Kaylin. I'm excited about this defense. And if the special teams start stepping up, we're going to be a team to be reckoned with. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to the 49er Weekly Recap Show. I am your boy Beto at Niner Sickness Podcast. This is my brother Kalen at Shifty's 49er Talk. Until next time, God bless you, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Peace.